Hello, hello, hello. This is Roshonda with the Isom Insurance Group here in the Sunshine State of Florida. Welcome back to another Quick Bite episode, your fast and informative insurance market update. Today is Friday, December 12th, 2025. It's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. And this is our Free Friday episode where we answer a question that came up this week from customers or prospects. And what is the number one most common and most costly? The question that came up this week was, what is the number one most common and most costly auto insurance claim in Florida? And how can I avoid being the next statistic? The answer is simple, yet alarming. The auto accident, specifically the rear end collision, we are diving deep into why these accidents drive up your premium, the critical 14-day legal rule you must know, and the simple defensive habits that can save your insurance rate and your assets. Let's get into it. The sheer volume of traffic in Florida makes car accidents the number one claim type. Florida is the third state in the nation for the highest number of car accidents per year, just behind California and Texas. The scale: Florida experiences an annual average of approximately 400,000 crashes as of November 2024. The state had already seen 331,903 crashes, equating to roughly 1,082 crashes per day. The hotspots are heavily populated areas like Miami, Broward, and Hillsborough counties experience the highest concentration of accidents. The specific cause: the majority of these crashes stem from human error, or the single largest contributor is distracted driving. This includes everything from texting to simply fiddling with the car radio or talking to passengers. Distracted driving is responsible for about 1 in 7 crashes in Florida. An accident is terrible enough, but the financial fallout can be devastating, especially because of the limits of our state's unique insurance laws. Florida is a no-fault state, which we've talked about several times. This means you must carry personal injury protection, or PIP insurance, a minimum of $10,000. So everyone in the state of Florida carries no-fault coverage, which again, you have to carry it. It's $10,000 worth of coverage. Now, remember how PIP works. Your PIP pays for 80% of your initial necessary medical costs and 60% of documented lost wages up to that 10,000 limit, regardless of fault. Remember, no matter who's at fault for an accident, you have to go through your own personal injury protection coverage first. They will pay your medical bills at 80%. If you're not at fault, you do get the option to try to recover against the at fault party's bodily injury liability coverage for your out of pocket medical expenses and for any pain and suffering. That 10,000, the reality is that $10,000 limit is quickly exhausted. For minor soft tissue injuries like whiplash, settlements can range from 5,000 to 20,000. For serious back or neck injuries, that figure can jump to 20,000 to 100,000. The liability leap: once the PIP limit is hit, the injured party can then pursue the at-fault driver's bodily injury liability coverage, which again I just talked about. You got to go through your no-fault coverage first. However, if you're not at fault for the accident, you can go after the at-fault party's bodily injury liability limits. When cases involve severe injuries like head trauma or spinal cord damage, settlements can reach 100,000 to over a million. This shows why having low BI or bodily injury limits is a massive personal financial risk. The best defense is prevention. The good news is that preventing a rear end collision relies on mastering two fundamental defensive driving techniques. Rear end collisions happen when drivers don't have enough time and space to react. Master these two habits to put a buffer between you and a claim. Habit number 1: apply the 3-second rule and increase it. The technique is pick a stationary object on the road. When the car ahead of you passes it, begin counting 1,000, 1,000, 1,002, 1,003. You should not reach that object before you finish counting. This is the required minimum safe distance. But if you drive on these Florida roads, when you're trying to keep a safe distance, you'll have cars that just whip right in front of you, and close out that safe distance that you're trying to maintain. So that does happen. We are realists on these Florida roads. It can be quite hectic, but do try to keep that safe distance. And increase the gap crucially for Florida. You must increase this distance to 4 or 5 seconds in heavy rain at higher speeds or during rush hour. Remember, December is the third most dangerous month for accidents in Florida. Habit number 2, master the art of scanning. Look far ahead. Don't stare at the bumper in front of you. Continuously scan 15 to 20 seconds ahead. This lets you spot hazards like brake lights or traffic jams. Several cars up, allowing you to slow down gradually. Be predictable. Use your turn signals generously, even when changing lanes. Brake early and smoothly. Sudden braking is aggressive and increases the chances of the driver behind you hitting you. Eliminate distractions. Remember, general intensive accounts for almost 78% of distracted driving accidents. Put the phone on do not disturb. Set your GPS and audio before you leave. Even the best defensive drivers get into accidents. If that happens, the law has a rigid deadline that you absolutely cannot miss. If you are involved in an accident, auto accident, you have a strict legal requirement under Florida Statute 627.736. Seek care in 14 days. You must seek medical treatment from a qualified provider like an ER doctor, urgent care, or chiropractor within 14 days of an accident to qualify for your no-fault benefits. The consequence, if you miss this deadline even by 1 day, your PIP insurance company can deny your claim entirely. They will argue that the delay means your injuries were either not serious or not related to the crash. So why does this matter? Many serious injuries like whiplash or soft tissue damage don't show up immediately. If you wait, you become personally liable for all your medical expenses. This can quickly become a financial disaster. So even if you feel fine, see a doctor or qualified provider immediately to create that crucial medical record. This is so true. I've seen that happen when I did work in claims. You feel fine, but it's always like the day after or sometimes 2 days after the crash where you start to feel those, your neck gets stiff and your back pain. So always go get checked out, even if it's just to get checked out, so that you keep that, you protect that 14-day rule. It's not saying you got to do all your treatment in 14 days, but you actually have to seek your first medical treatment within 14 days. The key takeaway for this free Friday quick bite is simple. Space and awareness are your best insurance policies. But if you also need the right financial backup, are your bodily injury limits and underinsured, uninsured motorist coverage limits high enough to protect your home and savings if you're found at fault in a major accident? If you're unsure about your auto coverage limits, now is the perfect time to schedule a no obligation policy review. Our website is in the description of this video. Please feel free to go to the website and request an appointment or request a quote. We can review your limits against the financial risk of today's Florida roads. If you found this quick bite helpful, please like this video, share it with your friends, and drop a comment below with any insurance questions you want answered. Quick bite episodes now drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, tax, or specific insurance advice. Please consult your licensed insurance professional or licensed insurance professional about your unique situation. This is Roshonda with the Isom Insurance Group here in sunny Florida. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Please stay safe out there. Bye.